All right, so get this, right? Imagine, if you will, a world where you could have a player be a veteran and be a rookie at the same time.
Maybe like finding a secret level in a video game or something,
Yeah.
some kind of loophole that just completely changes the game, right?
Yeah, like those, how they pull that off
Yeah.
moments. And this one's good. We're diving into this piece. It's from the India Today Sports Desk. September 29th is when it dropped.
What I think is so interesting about this is, it's a small rule change on the surface, but it's really sending shockwaves, right? Because even in a sport like cricket with such a long history, you see this constant sort of push and pull.
Totally. So picture this. The BCCI, they're like the bigwigs of Indian cricket. They announced this new rule, and it's a head-scratcher. It says, basically, if an Indian player hasn't been on that international scene for 5 years, boom, they're uncapped.
Right. They're basically back to their rookie contracts, no more superstar price tag. Think about it this way. Remember how in the NBA, some of those contracts have those weird clauses?
Oh, yeah.
Like Michael Jordan's dad, right?
Yeah.
He negotiated that love of the game clause so Jordan could play basketball even in the offseason.
Right.
This has that same kind of energy strategic, but also kind of, I don't know, a little bit audacious.
So you might be thinking, okay, interesting rule, but what's the big deal? Well, this is where it gets really interesting, because this is where MS Dhoni comes in. Captain Cool, Mr. Helicopter Shot, the legend.
And see, that's what makes this whole thing so fascinating. Dhoni, he stepped away from international cricket a while back.
Yeah, but he's still a force in the IPL,
Yeah.
playing with Chennai Super Kings.
Exactly.
And with this new uncapped rule, Chennai could keep him for way less money than usual.
Yeah.
Like, way less.
It's such a Chennai Super Kings move, if you know what I mean. They're known for that, that strategic thinking. They see an opening and they go for it. This is like roster building 101.
I mean, it's almost like finding out you can get like a 5-star meal for the price of, I don't know, a burger.
Right. You can't help but be impressed.
But, okay, let's talk about the strategy here for a sec. So, retaining Dhoni but for less money sounds like a no-brainer.
Sure.
But what's the catch?
Well, there's always a trade-off, right? In this case, Chennai, they've only got so many players they can keep. So if they use one of those spots on Dhoni, even at a discount, it could mean letting go of someone else important.
Right. So it's all a balancing act.
It's a chess match, basically.
Totally. And Dhoni, I mean, the guy's known for his strategic mind.
Exactly. And that's what I think is so interesting about this whole thing. The article talks about how he's always been the kind of player to put the team first. Even when it comes to things like, money.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like, remember a few years back, he actually took a pay cut, I think, so Chennai could afford another star player.
Wow. It really shows you something about Dhoni, doesn't it? Like,
Sure.
In a world where everyone's always chasing those big contracts,
Right.
he's always thinking about the team first.
Yeah.
And that's something I think that really resonates with fans.
For sure.
Speaking of fans, have you seen some of the memes going around about all this? The internet is going crazy.
Yeah, oh, yeah. The internet's having a field day with this uncapped Dhoni situation.
I love it.
The article I read, it said some people are even comparing him to, like, a seasoned professor who decides to audit a freshman class or something, just for fun.
It's totally something he would do.
Yeah.
That's so Dhoni.
It really is.
Like, I saw one meme where they photoshopped him onto a rookie card. He's got this, like, really serious face. And then there's another one where he's wearing a fake mustache trying to blend in with the new guys.
It's perfect.
It's brilliant.
And it just shows you how popular he still is. I mean, even though he's retired from international cricket, he's still a fan favorite. And this whole rule change, it's just given people another reason to love him.
Totally. It's kind of like, it's like this rule, it's tapped into something,
Yeah.
It's fun to think about Dhoni, like, outsmarting the system. Just adds to the whole legend thing, you know what I mean?
Totally. And let's be real, it's great for the league too, right? Headlines, buzz, everyone's talking about it, just adds to the excitement.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
This whole thing got me thinking, right? It's easy to get caught up in all the rules and contracts, the business side of it all.
Yeah.
But then something like this happens, and it reminds you what we love about sports, right? It's the stories. It's the unexpected stuff.
Totally.
The stuff that makes you just shake your head and smile.
It's true. Sports, it's not just what happens out there on the field, right? It's the stories we tell about it.
It's exactly.
The passion, the surprises, and this whole Dhoni situation, it's got it all.
100%. It's like we were saying earlier, this is bigger than just cricket.
Right.
It makes you wonder, what if this whole uncapped thing, what if it caught on in other sports?
Oh, man.
Can you imagine the NBA doing something like this?
That would be wild.
Right. It would change everything. How they draft players, how teams are put together.
Totally.
Who knows? It might even give us more of those moments that make us love sports, right? The stuff you just can't predict.
For sure.
Well, something to think about. This is going to be one heck of a draft season.